Hello students, welcome to the tourism session for MTTM third semester students. So the subject which I will be discussing with you will be the Indian tourism. Indian tourism is the subject which we will be going to discuss. So just today I will give you the outlines of the syllabus you have got. Then we will see each of them in detail. So at the very outset you remember here the Indian tourism is mostly related to history and heritage. History and heritage is the prominent here the subject matter of your Indian tourism. So you are studying the different aspects of the heritage, culture and history. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸತಿ ನೀವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಾರತದ ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕ ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇತಿಹಾಸ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕ ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಠ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್. So this is the most important topic what we have got. So what we will do is here just today we will discuss ಇವತ್ತು ಪಠ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ವಿಷಯ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Just keep this here for your reference and one by one from tomorrow I will be commencing with the topics. So students here because if there is a problem of the net in the evening, usually we will have the problem of the net. So in that case, I will be sending you the recorded video. The recorded video will be sent to you at leisure. You mainly see it, then prepare the notes. But one thing I will tell you students, when you receive the video, please see that all the students who have seen that video will put their names so that I can mark the attendance. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರುಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕೋತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ಯಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯಾರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಯಾರ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಟೂರಿಸಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು 5 units. You have got 5 units. Broad classification it is. It is a broad classification, Indian tourism. So unit 1 here the most important is the heritage tourism. The heritage tourism. You are going to study what is the meaning of the heritage. What is mainly here the heritage nature and different types of the heritage here the products. So like this you are going to study about here heritage. What is heritage tourism? ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕ ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಅದರ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಏನು, ಅದರ ವೈಶಿಷ್ಟ್ಯ ಏನು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಕಾರದ ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕ ಈ ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಅರಮನೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕೋಟೆಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು your palaces, it may be related to the forts, museums, vastu sangrahalaya. So we will make that references. So in the first topic you will be noting about here the meaning of the heritage, the nature of the heritage, classification and characteristics of the heritage, and some of the heritage destinations. Like we will be taking some of the forts of India. As I am not discussing about the world, as it is Indian tourism, we will be confining here some important forts of India, like what we have got in Rajasthan fort. The forts of Rajasthan, where 1 or 2 important Chitaguppi fort is there, then we have got Mehrangarh fort is there, then Kumalgarh fort is there, Jaigarh fort. This group of 6 Rajasthan forts are clubbed as today UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So that we are going to study here. Then we are going to study here some of the forts which are mainly in Madhya Pradesh. The fort at Mandu. Then we are studying Delhi and Agra. So there are some examples of the forts I will be giving you. Like palaces, what we have got, with special reference to Mysore Palace, we will be doing it. So Mysore Palace is there. In Gujarat we have the palaces. In Rajasthan we have the palaces. Also we have the palaces in here, Agra, Delhi, Gwalior. So at many places the palaces are available for us. Museums, there are 4 important museums we will be taking. The Indian Museum, Calcutta Museum, here the oldest museum of India, the Prince of Wales Museum or Chhatrapati Shivaji Vastu Sangrahalaya, Bombay, then the National Museum, Delhi, and the Government Museum, Chennai. With this, I will just giving you how important these museums are in the conservation of the heritage. And you will be studying here, the most important thing is about some of the organizations which have taken the responsibility for the protection of our heritage. ನಮ್ಮ ಪರಂಪರೆಯನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸಲು ಕೆಲವು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಮುಂದಾಗಿವೆ. Like what we have got, the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI. The UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Then we have got here ICOMOS, then INTACT. So these are INTACT, the mainly what we have got here, the other important here organization. So these organizations will be discussed. So there, when I go for the discussion of each of them, you will come to know what type of questions you will be getting on this. So that here will be discussed later. Just remember, in Unit 1, we are going to take up this. The Unit 2 is especially related to architecture and religion. So because in India, the most important architectural style is our religious architecture. The religious architecture we are going to study here. The different religious architecture that has developed in India. And specifically they have given 3 important architecture: Buddhist architecture, the Hindu architecture, and Islamic architecture. With examples we are going to study. Buddhist architecture, there are 3 schools we are going to study: Gandhara, Mathura, and Amaravati school of Buddhist architecture. Hindu architecture, again 3 schools: Nagara, Dravida, and Vesara. Islamic, here the Indo-Saracenic architecture. So these are how we will be studying the growth of the architecture. The architecture and religion. So this is what we are going to study, and the major religious destinations in India. Major religious destination related to Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism. So the different religions, because India is an abode of all the religions. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಶ್ವದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಧರ್ಮಗಳು ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೆಳೆದು ಬಂದಿವೆ. ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ನಾಡಾಗಿದೆ ಭಾರತ. That is what we say, that though culturally we are diversified, we are united. Here diversity, here unity in diversity. So we have got many religions, different cultures have prevailed here, and we will be referring to those mainly here, the important religious destination. For example, if you take 6, we are going to study about Amritsar, and especially in Karnataka, Bidar. Likewise, we have got for the Muslims in Karnataka, Khwaja Banda Nawaz Dargah, the Khwaja Garib Nawaz Dargah at mainly Ajmer. So like this, Salim Chishti Dargah at Fatehpur Sikri. They are all important here, the destinations what we have got. The Muslim destination, Hindu destinations are there, then Buddhist destinations, Jaina destinations. So religiously speaking, which are the important destinations that we call it as pilgrim destinations, pilgrim tourism. So it is also a part of our heritage. So that what will be in the second unit we will be discussing. Third unit is based on the nature-based tourism, like the mainly biodiversity, the national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. We are going to study beaches and the islands. So these come under the here nature-based ecotourism. Nature-based here the tourism we are going to study here. The development of the coastal tourism, the island tourism we have got, followed by ecotourism we have got then we have got here the important national parks, the wildlife sanctuaries, which have led to the growth of the nature tourism. And also we are giving more importance to biodiversity hotspots in India. Biodiversity hotspots of India, which is one of the most important part for the growth of the nature-based tourism what we have got. So that will be discussed in this topic. Then special interest-based tourism, these are related to handicrafts. Some places are very prominent for handicraft tourism. Like for example, I am giving you Channapatna toys, the wooden toys. Channapatna has got handicraft here mainly for that. That is one thing what is there. So such special handicrafts based tourism, the fairs and the festivals we are taking. Fairs and festivals, Jatre mattu Habbagalu. So how they are responsible for attraction of the tourists, like what we have got, the Dashera is there of India, the Mysore. Ramlila here festival here in Uttar Pradesh, very popular festival. So like these fairs and festivals, the Karga of Bangalore. The Karga of Bangalore is the Saint Xavier festival here in Goa is a main attraction. So here what we have, the Urus of Khwaja Bandanavas. Such festivals, fairs and festivals which have attracted the tourists. So special interest will be there, they will be visiting that. Special interest, it is handicrafts, fairs, melas, here will be noted in this. Here mainly here, that is what we have got here, here special interest based tourism. So almost all what we are studying is just looking to the matter. The students is only heritage. ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮುಖ್ಯ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Last one is new trends in our day tourism. New trends have come out, like dark tourism. The dark tourism has come. The ecotourism has developed. The cruise tourism, golf tourism, gastronomy tourism, that is what we call it as your cuisine tourism. So such new concepts have developed. Medical tourism, very popular today in India, and Kerala has developed as one of the important medical tourism center for Ayurveda. So like this we have got here the important new destination, homestay tourism has come down. So we will be discussing which are the new trends, which are the new products of the Indian tourism. And then with the case studies, they have given you specifically some World Heritage sites are there. The case studies, like Mahabalipuram, they have given you the churches of Goa that has been mentioned to you. So the monuments at Delhi, the monuments of Agra, Fatehpur Sikri, the Rani Ka Bagh, Gujarat monuments, like this. Here some case studies have been given which are related to the World Heritage sites. So these are all our heritage and these has to be protected. This has to be conserved, and it is the people who should get here enlightened on these matters so that here they can also be here valuable to in the protection of these monuments. Because we are lacking that the historical awareness and the importance of these heritage that has remained here past. It has come from the ancestors, the legacy that has remained. So people are not aware about these here the precious heritage products. So they have to be conserved, they have to be preserved. Then only we can have here very versatile of tourism activities. Versatility will come in the tourism activities. So for that reason, the Indian tourism, what we are going to study, is mainly oriented here around the heritage tourism there. Just this is a brief introduction, students, about the syllabus what you have got. And in my tomorrow's class, I will be starting with the first topic, the meaning of the heritage. ಪಾರಂಪರಿಕ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವಾಸೋದ್ಯಮದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದರ ವೈಶಿಷ್ಟ್ಯ, ಅದರ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇದರ ವಿಷಯ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್, ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಟೂರಿಸಮ್. And also we will be studying some organizations like the Archaeological Survey of India, UNESCO here, and Royal Bengal Asiatic Society. Also some information will be given to you which have played an important role in the conservation of our heritage. So keep this here the outline of your syllabus. Already I have sent in your group the syllabus for Indian tourism for third semester. Just keep it, and I have just mentioned what will be the nature of our study. So tomorrow I will continue with this aspect. Thank you.